Yeah, check.
Check 1, 2. Check, check, check.
Jesus. Is he really going to sit like that?
I think so. I think he wants to be on it. Oh, Jesus, Sancho, you've got a big head.
You've got your coaster. Well, Ernie, would you like to introduce everyone?
I need a caffeine boost. Right, go on, Ernie. Run the show. What a beautiful chocolate man.
You best hope that everyone has watched White Chicks, otherwise they're just going to think you're an absolute lunatic. And he's squeezed in this little gap. Why don't you just sit up?
Look.
I just got all this hair off me. Sit here
down.
nicely.
Okay, so I'm Sophie and this is Molly. And
this little one.
this is Ernie. He's a little beige man. And this is Sancho the boxer, who longs to be a Frenchie, but
is not interested in this video whatsoever.
is not interested in the video
I don't think this
whatsoever.
one is either, to be honest.
He's sitting here by forced.
But he is falling asleep, mind. Right, so anyone who follows our Instagram channel already knows this video is coming. We put out a couple of asking for questions, didn't we, the other day for this video.
To which I don't actually know where the questions
They're
are.
on my phone, luckily enough. I screenshotted them. We made an Instagram account, didn't we, to follow our journey.
We realised that no one really has actually done it before.
Yeah, so we sort of thought, why not be the people that we could have done with being able to watch on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, basically.
Yeah, we really didn't have anywhere to have advice, did we?
Yeah.
So we thought that that's like an opening to share our own journey and experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got together, we'll start from the beginning. We got together in April.
Yeah.
Excuse me? April 2019.
Yeah.
So call it fast, but here we are in 2020, planning our wedding for October 2021.
Yep.
Planning our baby for ASAP.
Yep.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
so we started off living with your mum.
Safe to say we haven't fucked up yet.
I don't know if you're allowed to swear on it. Yeah, so we moved in with your mum, didn't we, quite soon. My parents relocated to Southampton, where the rest of my family live. And I moved in with you and your mum, didn't I?
Yeah.
We lived with Sophie's mum for, how long was it? 8 months? Well, it was from April to December, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, and then we thought, let's buy a house. Why not? If we can live with each other after being together for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure we can make a massive step
Yeah.
to get a house.
Yeah.
So we thought,
Some people will probably think you jumped too soon, but I think we would quite disagree.
I think it's just based around.
When you know you've met the one,
Aww.
you've met the one.
Aww. I think a lot of people just do things for other people. I think if we'd have waited to buy a house, we would have only waited to buy a house because
Steamed up, sorry.
because like somebody we know thinks it's too soon. And I think you can do that. Like, you can live your life thinking, all right, I'm going to do this at this time and get engaged after 6 years and get married after another 2 and then have a baby.
But that's boring.
And yeah. So here we are after, what, 18 months?
Yeah.
2 little dogs. Yeah. But anyway, the reason why we made this video today was for other people that might be in the same boat as us, looking to start their journey to becoming a family, and don't know who to watch or how to find out. And I think Trying to Conceive, which is also known as Ttc community, which I don't think Sophie knew until literally like a few days ago.
I know nothing.
As I've been talking about it more, Sophie's obviously learned a lot, I think, haven't you? I think it's just because you never wanted a child, isn't it?
No, never did.
It's not this worrying or anything.
No, it's not worrying.
You just changed your mind, didn't you? Our trying to conceive journey, we want to document it not just for like other people that might want to watch, or like friends and family that like Mum's probably watching this now thinking, oh my god, is that actually what the dogs sit like on the sofa?
That's what Ernie sits like on the sofa.
A lot of our friends and family, I think, a lot of them know, don't they? We've been very open about our trying to conceive journey, and the thing is, it's difficult. It's difficult trying to tell people about us trying to conceive, because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about that, or oh, don't talk to me about that, because...
And the amount of questions we have, like, are you ready? Well,
yeah, that's very frustrating.
Very frustrating, because...
Like, I've always wanted a family, and I think since we've been together it's sort of changed your mind, hasn't it? On everything.
I wanted to travel America.
Which is something we will 100% do with our little kid dressed as like a
when I'm
little
retired.
cowboy. Oh, okay. Maybe not then.
No. With a cowboy.
What about Disney World?
Huh?
What about Disney World?
I
I don't want to go there when I'm retired. I want to go there now.
Well, you don't want your false teeth falling out on a bloody roller coaster.
Anyway, we keep going away from what this video's for. A lot of our friends and family either don't understand or are excited for us, but still just don't understand, do they?
No.
I think a lot of people don't want to ask the questions, don't want to ask how's it going to work. Like, obviously, typically, a man and woman have sex. That's how we're all taught in school, isn't it? And we're all taught that it's literally going to happen first time, which is another thing that when I've been reading into things, it's only like 50% of people get pregnant in the first 6 months. But your teachers tell you that, Christ, if you go out to Zone, or what used to be Zone,
Zone,
and you don't wear protection, bang, you can be pregnant. Which can be the case, but obviously it's actually a lot harder than that. Our journey is literally starting in a week. I've been doing a lot more research, haven't I?
I've been playing a little bit more Xbox.
Xbox.
And watching a bit more TV.
I think for you, it's... you need it to happen.
I don't show my excitement until it happens.
Yeah. I'm obviously very excited. Things are starting to happen. Like, things are actually starting to happen now, which is good. Like, we're not pregnant yet, obviously.
No.
But I'm very excited, whereas Sophie takes a lot calmer approach. So Sophie's got a lot of learning to do, I think. But I don't think that's going to happen until I'm pregnant.
But I
my
will.
Goodness, are we going to have to, like, talk over him snoring? Ernie, can you please stop snoring, my love?
Ernie.
Come on, sit up.
Jeez. People might actually want to know what, like, why we've decided to do it now. Like, why have we decided to do it this way? Why have we, like, you said...
and that's what the questions are for. We've started working out, like, I've been ovulation testing, I've been taking multivitamins, I've been ovulation testing for a couple of months now, haven't I?
Yeah.
And taking these multivitamins for about a month and a half. So in that sense we have started it, but physically, in terms of like insemination, sorry mum, she's not going to like this video. We haven't started anything in that respect, but that is coming very soon. Mum, turn off now.
Yeah,
soon it's going to get very detailed.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so important to talk about this. Like, nobody talks about their trying to conceive journey. I think it's frowned upon because I don't want to go into this naive thinking, oh my god, I'm going to get pregnant first month, because although I'm thinking that,
You're thinking, I was going to say, I'm sure you're thinking that.
I'm trying not to think that. I think it's just important because people can relate to you when you start talking about this and realise that if it takes them 2 years, I'm speaking very naively because obviously we haven't started yet, so we don't mean to offend anybody that's starting their journey or started their journey and
or wants to start their journey.
Like we don't mean any offence by this, and obviously there's people on their journey already that have been on it for quite a long time, and we understand that, and obviously we don't know yet how well ours is going to go, or how long our journey is going to be, or if it's going to be anything. Like, we don't know yet. So this is sort of just, this is to document for us, I think.
Yeah, more
and to let people know that we are normal people and we are also going through something. And I think it's just, it's difficult because you're not taught in school what to do if you're gay, or if you're if you're anything other than straight, basically.
Yeah, nothing's mentioned about it in school, and if anything, people don't tend to come out in school because they're not necessarily educated on it, but because it's not spoken about, they don't feel comfortable.
It's just how are you supposed to know what to do in our position when you've never been taught about it? And I think it's sad because people don't know how to approach it, because I think a lot of people nowadays are so worried about offending people and saying the wrong thing that people don't even say the right thing, or don't say anything at all. And it's very difficult knowing what to do, because I don't know anyone that's been down this path that we have. I don't think you do either. So we're sort of going down blindly, which I don't think's a problem. I think we've got the foundation, we've got the family support to go down this route and do it, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's just very unknown, and it's very scary not knowing and sort of going into it. But we're excited.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think it's a good idea for us to document it, because we can look back and go, oh, look at us then. We were so naive.
So stupid.
Little did we know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Or how long it was going to take, or anything. I think it's just nice. There's so many of our friends and family we don't see very much. For them to be able to watch this and sort of see us now and where we are in our lives. I think a lot of your family probably think, oh God, Molly's pushing her to have a baby because Sophie never wanted one. So I think it's nice for them to see you being excited about it.
Yeah.
And being more involved, because from the outside I don't think it looks like you're as involved as you are when it's just us. But we can run more questions on our Instagram, can't we? Or
yeah, but even if anyone on here has questions, like, just put them down, and then I'm sure we can answer anything on like
we're just very open, aren't we? Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's, obviously some questions might come across like rude if someone was to ask something really personal, like maybe about us. That might be something we don't answer, but we're pretty much open to answer anything, because I think that's the problem. People find trying to conceive and sex and things like that very taboo, so they don't talk about it at all. And obviously we're not having, I'm the one, by the way, that's going to be carrying the baby.
Yeah.
If you hadn't already guessed. It's not going to be Sophie, it's going to be me.
That's me.
The extreme research and me ovulation testing. I think that's probably quite obvious. Basically, if anyone has got questions, then we're happy to answer them, aren't we? So I want people to feel like they can ask, and once maybe someone knows, I know one of the questions we've got coming up in a minute, we've only got a couple, is literally what's happening. And I think once people know the options that we had, or the options that we've chosen, or when they come across somebody in their life maybe that's is part of the LGBT community, or is trying to conceive and can't conceive naturally, I think it will help people know what to say, or know to not say anything.
Because or to even advise someone to watch other people's journeys, which is what we're doing now. So if anyone knows someone who's going through that, then they can say, oh, well, we've just watched this journey, so go and watch this one.
Yeah.
Almost like advising someone to go and watch something, because it's
just to feel like they're more normal. I don't like using that word, because I don't feel like we're abnormal.
No, we're not.
For being gay.
No.
But I do still think society still views it as not normal. It's not a...
It's normal.
It is normal. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. It is normal, but I think because nobody talks about it, it makes it feel like it's not normal. Do you know what I mean? Everybody talks about how to conceive. You have sex with your partner. That's how you conceive. So the fact that nobody talks about how else you can conceive makes it feel like we aren't normal.
I know what you're trying to say, but It is normal.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
because it's not talked about, it's difficult to know what to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question we had was, what options did you look into and what made you choose this option?
Money. This was cheap.
It was free.
It was free.
Basically, there's a couple of options, isn't there? There's
the you're going to rip your bank or break your bank option, or you can phone a friend.
it's not no, what's it called? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
There's a few options, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we could have gone down the route of IVF and IUI. I'm not going to say what those stand for because I don't actually know off the top of my head.
Basically, one sounds extremely expensive.
No, they are both are.
Oh, they are both expensive.
Well, IVF,
and I'm not made of money, and neither are you.
IUI is more aimed at same-sex couples, whereas IVF is something that a lot of people are familiar with because if someone's struggling to conceive naturally, straight couples, they tend to go to their GP and get referred to start their IVF journey. So we looked at a few journeys, a few different routes, didn't we? IVF, IUI, and then we sort of came to the conclusion that if we were going to do that, we wouldn't have enough money afterwards to buy anything.
Yeah.
It would be a massive struggle, and it's hard because being gay, you can't do it naturally, easily, anyway. Because, well, obviously, you can't.
No. But anyway, what we're trying
But
to
straight
say...
couples obviously don't have to, typically, if you're lucky and you don't have to, big stretch. Yeah, typically, straight couples don't have to spend anything. So it's difficult knowing that just because we're gay, we're going to have to pay an absolute fortune. Which I understand because I know you can't do it naturally, so it's obviously going to cost money. The NHS can't fund everybody who wants a baby, and I get that, but for us, it didn't suit us. And some people might be against that, us going a different route, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to what they want to think. But for us, it didn't work. It didn't work for us at all.
We were just fortunate that we had my best friend who was willing to help us.
Yes. So we won't mention his name.
No.
But yeah, Sophie spoke to him a good few months ago, didn't you? But I think he sort of already had an idea. Like, I think he already had...
I kind of planted the seed way before...
Pardon the pun.
Pardon?
Pardon the pun.
Yeah. Way before we even decided that actually we want to
You
start
sort of
now.
joked about it, didn't you? And I think he's very clever. So...
Yeah, he's not stupid.
And I think you thought he was.
Yeah.
Because he figured it out and he knew. And I think he's just a great guy, isn't he? We love him to pieces. And we're very, very lucky and we feel very fortunate that we're in a position where we have someone who's willing to help us. And it's like a massive we are very appreciative of him because it's a big thing. I don't think people realise it is a big thing. It's a big thing for him and we're very grateful for that.
Yeah.
So we decided to go for the route where we're going to do it at home. We call it our little DIY baby, don't we?
Yeah.
But it's going to be a case of, Mum, definitely turn off now because you won't want to hear this. And I don't know how he's going to feel, to be honest, us broadcasting this, but at least only the people that know him know it's him.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It'll be a case of him coming to our house with a little pot, full up of sperm, and then, if you've ever heard of the joke about a turkey baster, kind of like that, but not a turkey baster, basically. I think one of the other questions, I'm leading on to another question, so the question we answered first was what options did you look into and what made you choose this option. So just finishing that question, we chose this option because this was the option that allowed us
to not be poor.
Stop going on about us being poor. It was so that we could have
We didn't have to stress.
Yeah, it's like a stress taken out of our hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we can still buy things for our baby and sort out our house at the same time and not have to think about loans and credit cards and stuff like
Credit
that.
card, ID.
White Chicks, if nobody's watched it. And the next one, which is the one I was leading on to, if you aren't having sex, how will it work? Sorry, not rude, just curious. That's fine. I think a lot of people don't know. So like I was just saying, our donor, the same as it would be if we were in a clinic, just without all of the medical stuff, basically.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's insemination.
Ugh. Good.
So they would do it, obviously, in a hospital room, on a bed, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Whereas we're choosing to do it from home.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a case of he will come to our house or we will meet him and he will give us the little pot which has, obviously, everything we want in there for this baby. And then we will come home and I will use a syringe to inseminate myself.
And then eventually we'll have something this size.
Hopefully it won't come out that size. But I think it's important to talk about, like, people don't understand, and there's a lot of people in our life that won't understand, typically older people, but that's how we're doing it. And it's in the comfort of our own home, we can make it our own experience, and I think if we did it in a clinic,
it's not
you're
ours.
not involved at all, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's me on a bed and that's it. Like, I know you're not as much here, but it's in our home and it's us and it's how we want to make it.
Yeah.
And you can be as involved as you want to be, but you can be with me and we can just do it together. So as much as people will cringe and go, oh my god, that's minging or whatever, it's no different from naturally, it's just including a syringe and a pot. But that's how we're doing it. To make it about us and to make it personal for us and intimate and to make us both feel
like we are involved.
Yeah, because I think it's difficult if you're the partner of somebody and you're in a gay relationship and you're not as involved. I think for you, oh my god, for you it's perfect, isn't it? Because you can be as involved as you want to be and therefore you don't have to worry too much, do you?
No.
So that's how we're doing it. As graphic as you might find that, but that's the truth. And we're happy with that. We're happy talking about it because that's how it's happening. So for us, that's natural. As natural as it can be anyway. And the last question, do you plan on having the baby before the wedding? So our friends and family and other people that follow our Instagram account, no, we are getting married next year, aren't we? 7th of October. Hopefully, due to COVID, we are unsure what the hell is going to happen, as are many couples this year. Are you actually going to talk?
Yeah.
So we're getting married next year, and the rules are, as I've interpreted them anyway, if we have the baby before me and Sophie are married, Sophie has to adopt the child, which people might think is fine, and other people in our position might opt for that option. But we want to both have equal rights when it comes to our child, and God forbid if anything ever happened between us, I wouldn't want it to be difficult for you with our child.
Yeah.
If anything happened and caused us to split, I wouldn't want the fact that Sophie had adopted them to affect her rights as a mother. I wouldn't want that.
So we basically just get married prior.
Yeah, so if
instead of waiting, if the baby came, say, 9 months' time, that's obviously going to fall before the wedding, so we'll have to just get married, but we're still, if that is the case, we're still going to keep the wedding day going ahead, but instead of signing, like, the book at the wedding, we would have already, like, been married, so we're still going to have the whole kind of ceremony type thing, just not the signing at the end, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd just be...
But obviously if the baby's not here by then it will just be a wedding as normal.
Yeah, if we're lucky enough to get pregnant first time, second time, I think, well, whatever, 9 months is, what, 10th? October's the 10th month. So we'd have to be pregnant by about January, February anyway.
Mm.
If we're pregnant by then, we'll probably get married quite soon after we find out we're pregnant, just to be on the safe side in case they came early, or all of this we're obviously basing on the fact that if we're lucky enough to be able to get pregnant. We would get married as soon as, wouldn't we? Like a little registry office with our close family, just so that it's done and we've got that on a piece of paper, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
And then we'd carry on with our wedding next year. It just wouldn't be legal. It wouldn't be a legal ceremony if we were already married, would it? We'd probably have a family member stood at the front, just reading some nice poems or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
Have like one of the dogs barking probably, or baby crying, or I'm sure it would be absolute catastrophe.
It'll be this one.
So yeah, we still plan on getting married, but we, in an ideal world, are hoping to have the baby before, aren't we?
Yes.
If everything worked perfectly, we're hoping to have the baby before the wedding. Not necessarily because we want the baby there, just because we want a baby.
Mm. Yeah.
I think, isn't it?
Mm. Yes. And that's a wrap.
That's it. We did it.
We did it.
We achieved my 3 points.
Let's go and follow us on Instagram.
Oh yeah, our Instagram account, I've been mentioning it a lot. Our Instagram is Molly_Sophie_family.
But we'll put a link down the bottom.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description so you can go and follow. We will probably do more. We put posts up nearly every day, don't we?
On Instagram, yeah.
But
the more like things that are happening, even if it's like nothing to do with the baby really, I think we should still kind of...
I think we'll, depending on how this goes, how people feel about this and watching it, we might start making a couple more about us, or...
Yeah, I think so.
We might ask people for ideas of what sort of things they want to know, if they want to know anything. If not, we'll literally just use this to document our journey.
Yeah.
Follow our Instagram and hopefully we'll make some more videos like this. Subscribe on here if you want to. Obviously there's only one video. So you're not subscribing to much. Hopefully there'll be more. Like, we want to do this, don't we? And
there'll be more, just like there'll be more coffee in my mug. I don't know. Okay, that's our wrap!
Ernie, come up to the camera.
What a beautiful chocolate menu.